Oh, boy. You guys, I am a feminist. Of course. Thank you. You can clap. It's fine. Thank you, truly. I'm a feminist, so I believe in a woman's right to choose, of course, except for when it comes to me, because I once chose to have a hookup buddy by the name of Coke Bill. Literally, that's how all of my friends knew him. So I'm not allowed to make my own choices anymore. I just do what most women do nowadays, which is outsource them to a group text. You gotta. I literally cannot make a choice without the group text. It's law. It's law. So as you may have noticed, like, I'm wearing a pretty great outfit. I'm allowed to say that because I'm incredibly depressed, and this is all I have going for me. I'm allowed to say that. I don't have, like, people have been, like, complimenting my outfits lately. I've really been going for it, and they're like, "Oh my God, you look amazing! This is so cool. That's like, love your shoes, love this whole thing." And I'm like, "Thank you so much. This is all I'm hanging on to." I look amazing. I'm so fucking sad, and I need a job. Oh God. I absolutely am going to die penniless by the side of the road, but in an amazing tent made out of gowns, you know? That'll be me. It'll be gorgeous. Yeah, so this is all I have. It's cool how sometimes, though, like, my mental illness has, like, benefits like that. Like, people are like, "Wow, you look great. Your wardrobe is great." I'm like, yes, very sad every day. Wake up, hate being awake, but what a coat, right? And also, like, in the spring, I had a really horrible job where I was working at a celebrity hair salon in Beverly Hills. I only say it's a celebrity hair salon because that's, like, literally how they advertise themselves. I would never say something like that. And I was working there, and I was losing a lot of weight because it was very stressful, and I was being bullied by some of my adult coworkers. Woo! Being paid $12 an hour. Yay! And I was losing so much weight so rapidly. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, and every day I'd come into work, and my coworkers would be like, "Oh my God, you look so amazing." And I'm like, okay, I'm in so much pain. You know, it's like, it is nice that, like, the benefits there are, like, thinness, like, great eye for Prince. So I do appreciate that. I've recently, like I said, I'm very depressed right now. I'm trying to focus on my mental health and whatever. And, like, last week I had 3 of my close friends tell me, like, "You need to seek therapy." And I was like, or what if I just went to Peru and did an ayahuasca ceremony? Like, I'm, like, done talking about it. I've been in therapy. Like, depression level is seriously looking into ayahuasca. And that is, like, my greatest nightmare. Like, I'm not, like, a drug person. Like, I've done drugs before. Like, I did the shrooms, and I managed it. But, like, that's, like, not for me. It's like when people are like, "You should do acid, and, like, that'll reset your brain." And I'm like, okay, I really do not want to be hallucinating for 12 hours. Not for me. No. So I'm looking into ayahuasca. I'll just figure out the therapy thing later. It's, like, too hard to call up the insurance and be like, "I lost my card." I'd rather just spend all my money that I don't have and go to the other side of the world and, you know, talk to some tree spirits about what's happening in this plane of existence. I think that's going to work out for me. I also recently got sober, and it's fine, except for the fact that when I want to order a drink, people want me to order mocktails. And I refuse to use that word because it's a slur. I will not use it. Like, come up with something that I can, like, that can escape my lips, and I don't just feel like, you know, like a mommy in Huntington Beach who's like, "I'm pregnant again. I'm gonna have a fun mocktail." Like, no. There has to be something for me. There has to be something for me. I've also, like, because I can't drink, and I'm also very depressed and I don't have a job, I've been doing a lot of yoga. I'm so sorry. It is what is happening. I don't want people to know that I'm doing it, but I am. That is what I'm doing. And I I started doing yoga at this studio, and I walked into this class one morning. And there was this guy, I walk in and no one else is there, and it is just this impossibly beautiful yoga instructor. He's like 6 feet tall. He's like blue eyes, blonde hair. It's like, if that actor who plays Thor, it's like if they had like a spin-off brother. Like, he's there, he's about to teach my yoga class, and it's just me, and I walk in, and like immediately, like, it's like both like my worst nightmare exercising like one-on-one and also my most erotic dream. I'm like, this is how all porns start. Like, this is how they start. And I was just like, oh, I can just leave. And he's like, no, he's like, no, come on, like, let's do a one-on-one class. And I was like, okay. And then the whole time he was touching my body. Like, I don't want to say that every time he put his hands on me, I was wet, but I was, absolutely. And it's like, I was just like, oh, it was a lot. And we had this class together, and then the next time I saw him, I went back, and it was a class, and there were like 12 people in it. And before the class starts, he's like, oh, kind of different from the last class, huh? And I'm like, all right, yep. I already feel kind of jealous. I didn't realize all these other people would be here. I didn't know we'd be having group sex today. I thought it was just us, but I thought we had something special. It's fine. And after the class, there's this girl who starts like chatting him up, and she just won't stop talking to him. And I'm like putting my shoes on near her, and I overhear that like I overhear her, and she's got an accent, which like I'm like you don't need to show off, like you're hot, you're sexy, like every word you say sounds like an orgasm, fine. And she's just talking his ear off about how she's like gonna go every day and she works out and whatever. And I just I'm like, well, I'm the cool girl, like I'm just gonna leave, like I'm not gonna compete with another woman. And I just sort of, say bye, like whatever, they probably had sex. And finally, I come back the next week. And I had told my friend who owns the studio about like how I thought he was very beautiful and how it was both uncomfortable and, like I said, very erotic for me to be in that one-on-one class with him. And I go into this next week's class, and I show up, and this fucking bitch is there again. And I'm like, all right, let's fucking do this shit. I'm like, we know what's up. And he asked us all to go around and introduce ourselves and say why we came to class that day. And she's like, hi, I'm Tunia. Oh, of course you are Tunia. Of course you're Tunia. Of course that is your fucking name. And she's like, I'm Tunia. And she's like, and she goes, I work out every single day. It's really important to me. So I just came to this class, this yoga class, as a breather, as a change from that, just to stretch out. Let me tell you guys something. Yoga is a workout. Fuck this bitch. Shots fired. I'm like, I fucking see you, Tunia. My fucking chair pose is gonna blow you out of the water, bitch. I'm like, I will impress him. And then after the class, she is like trying to chat him up so hard again. And he is just comes over to me. And he's like, and he just comes over to me and he's like, hey, thanks for coming to class. And he goes, so I heard I made it into your stand-up routine. He brought it up, which means if he thought I was weird and then I thought he was attractive and also turned me on, if he thought that I was weird, he would not bring this up with me. And I'm like, all right, let's lay this down. So you guys, that's where I'm at right now. With Grant O'Connell, that's his name. I friended him on Facebook, he did accept. And at the end of the class, they always say, like, the light in the teacher in me honors the light in the teacher in you. And I'm just like, the light in the teacher in me and student in me honors the light and teacher and student in you. And I'm like, okay, but like, could just like the teacher in you be inside of the student in me? You know what I mean? Grant. Oh my God.